When I heard the result of the Brexit, I was actually very disappointed. I was thinking that we may have stayed in the European Union, but when I woke up and saw the result, it really threw me a bit. Um, some of my friends and relatives kind of warned me. They felt that we would leave, and I didn't believe them. But all in all, I was feeling very down, and for a few days, I probably went through I think it's 5 stages of grieving when something horrible happens to you. But it's now a few months since it happened. So, I think there was some inevitability, and especially when you think about the history of the EU and Britain, because it has been a very troubling relationship. So I was not surprised, but disappointed. One of the things I felt about Brexit, because it affected me in a sense personally in terms of my life here. I came as an immigrant. I came from the US, but I was actually a Jamaican citizen. So for me, when I had to travel around Europe with my Jamaican passport, it was very difficult. Some places I had to get a visa. On the whole, it was okay, but I have traveled without a UK passport before, and I still have family who are in Jamaica, and everywhere that I could go freely with a British passport, because I'm now a British citizen, they all have to get visas, etc., to get in the long line. As an immigrant, it's wonderful when you go to Europe and you just breeze through. Whenever you visit, whether it's Helsinki or France, it's really a wonderful feeling that you don't feel that have to be in a queue, you have to be in a line. It's a real sense of freedom. I just felt that being part of the EU was a part of that free state, and also with major countries, the EU has visa waiver requirements. All of this, I just felt that when we left the EU, we would then go back to revert to this form of traveling that just reminds me of the past, where one had to just be queuing up, getting visas. With the EU, you have basically one rule for most countries. With Britain going out, they'll probably have to renegotiate. So for me, it was that feeling of, going back to the old times, I guess, where I had to be patient with immigration officials. Yes, I think one word that would describe how I feel today is that I'm just a bit saddened. In terms of the world gaining anything from the Europe, Britain leaving the EU, I think unfortunately not. There's nothing to gain. I think who will be gaining are the people who are very negative about immigration, who are very negative about certain integrative policies in the world. I think that as the world gets smaller, the people who will gain are the people who are pretty afraid of things like immigration, or afraid of population growth, afraid of religious, who are intolerant religiously. I think that they will gain. I think the negative people in the world are gaining from this, because it probably gives them a certain amount of strength that Britain is doing things on their own. People who will not gain, I think, are people who want to live closer, want to live in terms of more peace, more productivity, I don't know. But I think that the negative forces will gain from this, not positive forces. And we see examples of this in US and maybe France, where the right wing has gained popularity. This has probably helped their cause. So they're gaining, not the others.